Good morning and welcome back to the Livingston Parish News Morning Show. My name is McHugh David, publisher and editor of the news. Appreciate you joining us this morning. If you're watching this live, thanks for that. If you're watching this elsewhere, we do upload these to www.livingstonparishnews.com/podcast. There are audio and video versions there for you to consume. We, of course, upload it to our YouTube page as well. So thanks for listening. Thanks for joining whenever you are watching. If you are watching later, this traffic and weather report, well, the weather report might be helpful. Traffic, not so much, but it is an early morning traffic cycle. Delays beginning to stack up at I-12 and Denham Springs, or the Range Avenue exit, excuse me. Not too far back, not quite to Pete's Highway, but it is beginning. There are delays in and around the larger high schools. That would be Walker, Live Oak, and Denham, as folks are trying to drop their kids off at school this morning. There are also delays, minor, on 64. However, if you take a left on Greenville Springs, you're going to hit some heavier delays heading southbound in that direction. Of course, there are minor delays at the 10-12 split, but looking relatively clear at the moment once you get past that Range Avenue snag going westbound into Baton Rouge. Going to hit some minor delays at a couple of different points, your normal points, Millerville, Airline, that sort of thing. But nothing heavy as of yet. That could change, so please, if you're looking to get on your commute, I'd recommend you get on it now. Weather's kind of a wacky day. We've had a warming trend. It is currently 70 degrees. 80 degrees is your high today, and then the bottom's going to fall out as this severe weather hits. We're going to talk about that in a second, but you're looking at a 42-degree overnight low, so keep that in mind, and then it's only going to get cooler throughout the week before we get some warmer temperatures starting Thursday evening. So let's talk about that cold front. It's coming through somewhere between 1 and 3 p.m., bringing a lot of extreme heavy weather. As we know, it's been kind of a weird couple of days. It's gotten warmer and warmer and warmer. I guess not weird, as Louisiana, our weather is naturally weird, but it has been warm. We're now getting a massive cold front coming through this afternoon. It's currently heading into North Louisiana. It's going to be bringing all sorts of things, including heavy rain, heavy wind, and possibly hail. So recommended that you stay off the roads as the heavy weather comes into play. Stay inside, have a backup plan. Keep an eye on a lot of roads that normally overtop during heavy rain because of poor drainage. Entirely possible it's going to happen. Looking for some heavy isolated thunderstorms. A lot of rain, a lot of water coming very quickly. So keep an eye out for that. That's coming up this afternoon, sometime between 1 and 3. That's going to hit us. Could be a little later, but that it's bringing severe weather to the area. It's going to get kind of nasty out there. And, of course, the bottom's going to fall out on the temperature. Again, currently 70 degrees. 81 degrees is your high as of about noon. That's going to come about. Then the bottom will drop out when that I guess I like to say that a lot. The bottom's going to drop out. The temperature is going to fall rapidly once that cold front hits the area. There's more Highway 16 closures coming. That would be Range Avenue north of Denham Springs from Fairlane Farms up until about the fast food four-way, the intersection of 64. They've been cutting the road up, trying to get it prepared for some overlay. They've been doing it in stages so they don't have to close down 16 since it's such a major thoroughfare and there aren't any real good detours in the area. So more lane closures coming nightly from Tuesday through Thursday this week. Keep an eye on that. Over the weekend, it was announced that the House GOP, that would be the Louisiana State House of Representatives GOP party, I know that's sort of a repeat, but a lot of people don't know what GOP means. The Republicans have endorsed Sherman Mack of House District 95, who also represents a large contingent in the northeast portion of Livingston Parish, for the next Speaker of the House. That nomination/election will come after the first of the year, but his name has officially been put up as the one that they're interested in being the Speaker. Two big names on the Denham Springs construction list popped up last week, which was handed out to the Denham Springs Council, one of which is Le Chien Brewing Company. It's a microbrewery that had an operation in Central, still has an operation in Central, but is now opening in Denham Springs. They have begun their renovations, and if any changes need to be made, they'll be making those changes as they're doing the work. They'll be looking to open in the coming months as they wait for that report submitted to the city to come back if there are any necessary changes. The other is Denham Springs Elementary. The drawings have now been submitted to the city for recommendation and for analysis, and we'll see. Of course, that's a much larger project, so they're going to want to go through all the preliminary steps and any changes that are necessary to the plan before they start construction. Again, Lei Shin's keeping that tire repair shop building. They're just renovating the whole thing. Whereas, of course, Denham Springs Elementary was torn down. It's a from the bottom to the top rebuild. So they're going to be looking at those plans first, trying to make adjustments before they begin construction. But that process has begun. Those designs have been submitted to the city of Denham Springs. We'll see if they get approved. If they do, you can expect construction, weather permitting, to start not long after that. The school board and parish council have both moved their meetings this month. We've dealt with a lot of this with the parish council. Of course, they moved their meetings up in November. They've also moved these meetings in December up to get them in before the Christmas holiday. The school board, however, has consolidated all of their meetings into one meeting day. That would be tomorrow, Tuesday, beginning in the afternoon, leading up to the full board in the evening. Now, excuse me, that will be their only meeting this month. The parish council will meet Thursday, the 19th, and that will be, again, their only meeting of this month. Their second meeting of this month. Whew, lost my train of thought there. So please keep an eye on that. We will be at both meetings to give you some coverage there. The parish council will be electing a new chairman on Thursday. The school board's going to be looking at a few things to wrap up this calendar year, as well as discussing a replacement for board member. There it is, Buddy Mincy Jr., who was elected state representative, as well as in committee. They're going to be talking about restructuring a couple of administrative departments in the central office, including human resources. So we'll be interested to see what kind of ideas they come out with that one. Parish tournament wrapped up on Saturday. What a tournament it was. You can look at the full seedings at www.livingstonparishnews.com/sports. It's also going to be in this Thursday's paper. Walker defeated Denham on Saturday night. That would be the boys for the boys championship. Or just before that, the Doyle girls beat Denham Springs for the girls championship. In third place play, Doyle boys defeated Live Oak for third place. On a pretty thrilling ending. And also on a pretty thrilling ending, Albany girls defeated Holden for third place. So please go check those out. It was an exciting tournament. Big finishes from those last four games. They started at 3, ran until about 10 at night. Just a lot of excitement in that gym. I recommend that you go read up on how those games went. And, of course, Walker winning their 5th in a row parish tournament. So congratulations to those Walker boys. The Santa Cow from Chick-fil-A will be out and about that would be tomorrow, December 17th at Chick-fil-A in Denham Springs. Events begin at 4 and last until about 7:30. It's a partnership with the library. There's going to be a story time. They'll be reading to the kids. They'll be giving out books, that sort of thing. And, of course, you can grab a little dinner while you're there. Again, that's a Chick-fil-A and Livingston Parish Library partnership. It's occurring tomorrow. Events start at about 4 p.m. It is at Chick-fil-A in Denham Springs, near the corner of Rushing Road and Range Avenue. It was also announced over the weekend, this was quite popular, the library has eliminated fines and debt at the library to try to open access back up to folks who have not returned. According to the American Library Association, which is the oldest and largest library association in the country, fines and fees have become more of an economic deterrent, especially in communities like ours, as opposed to being an incentive to return your books on time. If you don't finish, you don't want to return it. But then you don't want to pay the fee once they tack it on there. So what they're going to do now is they're just going to, if you hit that time limit and you don't return it, it's just going to be marked as lost and charge will be put on your account. If you return the book after that, your charge is removed. There are no late fees or anything like that. So please remember, the library is slashing all fees and debts owed to the library, and you can head on back if you've got books and you just want to take them up to the counter and return them, no questions asked. You may, and those charges will be removed from your account. And of course, they're just looking to drum up business, trying to get folks to come back to the library who may not have, because they felt like, well, I owe this money, I don't have it, I don't want to go back to the library. So thank you to the Livingston Parish Library Board for approving that measure, and we're going to be keeping in touch with Director of the Library, Giovanni Tyrov, to see if that was successful, how they're doing moving going forward. One last thing, there is a poll online and on our Facebook page currently. We will post it on this show. It's asking if you shop at Jubin Crossing. We talked last week about it. The district, the Economic Development District that supplies Jubin Crossing, pays the bond really for their infrastructure. What happened there is that in order for Jubin Crossing to become a reality, they needed extra funds, or basically buy-in from local governmental entities, to overlay and do some road infrastructure work, sewer infrastructure work, and drainage infrastructure work in the area. Well, a municipality has to bond money out, so they had to form an economic development district, enter into an agreement and a contract with the Jubin Crossing developer, that would be Creekstone Properties, to get all this money together as a portion of the sales tax to pay those bonds. Well, they were $655,000 short this past year. That would be the year 2019. So it was interesting to see, asking folks, do you shop at Jubin Crossing? Why or why not? It's been quite a popular poll on Facebook. We ask that you go answer it. You can also find it on our app. If you just scroll through, you'll see that it's called a poll. If you're looking for it on Facebook, of course, it's on our timeline, and it is also on our website, www.livingstonparishnews.com/opinion. We are looking for your opinion, or at least your answer to the poll question, trying to find out who's shopping at Jubin Crossing and why. So please check that poll out. We'd appreciate it. Again, delays have started at Range Avenue and I-12. They've started to back up toward now getting near Pete's Highway. That's causing delays on the surface streets at 190, 4-H Club Road, and River Road. Minor delays, but folks trying to find another way to get into Baton Rouge. Delays on 64 heading into Central. Minor delays there. However, you will see heavy delays if you take a left and get onto Greenville Springs. Traffic starting to funnel out of Watson down Highway 16. Still some delays in front of Denham Springs High School, and still some delays on Burgess at the corner of 447 as folks drop their kids off at school. A reminder, it's currently 70 degrees. It is going to get up to 81 degrees in and around noon. We are expecting a massive cold front to hit sometime between 1 and 3 p.m., bringing hail, heavy winds, heavy rains. It's going to be an extreme weather event. You're asked to, local officials, especially the National Weather Service, have asked folks as soon as that weather starts to try to stay off the roads, try to stay inside, have a backup plan if things start to go south. They are expecting hail. Try to protect your vehicle, get it inside, get it somewhere covered. They are expecting heavy rains as well, so that includes roads that normally are overtopped during heavy rain events. We'll probably see some backup in areas with poor drainage. So please keep an eye out for that. Again, that is coming in and around between 1 and 3 p.m., looking at heavy rain during that time. Once again, my name is McHugh David, publisher and editor of the news. Appreciate you joining us for the Livingston Parish News Morning Show. You can always check these out on our YouTube page or online at www.livingstonparishnews.com/podcast. We are on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube. We're once a week in print on Thursdays. We're online, as mentioned, www.livingstonparishnews.com, and we also have an app. One last time, appreciate you joining us this morning. We will be back in the booth tomorrow, probably to talk a little bit about what's going on with the school board leading into their meeting in the afternoon, as well as a few other things that kind of come along. However, it's a very slow time of year because of Christmas. Trying to keep some content flowing for you guys. So we've been finding some clever ways to do that. Also, we'll be having the top 10 coming out in a couple of weeks. Looking forward to that. Hope you have a great day. Please be careful during the extreme weather this afternoon, and we'll be back with you tomorrow morning.